In a significant diplomatic move, Mexico has decided to freeze its relations with the U.S. and Canadian embassies in response to ongoing criticisms over a controversial judicial reform proposed by President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. This decision marks a tense moment in Mexico's relationship with its northern neighbors, particularly as the reform has sparked widespread debate and concern both domestically and internationally. The core of the issue revolves around President López Obrador's push for a judicial reform that would fundamentally change how judges, including Supreme Court justices, are selected in Mexico. The proposal advocates for the election of judges by popular vote, a dramatic shift from the current system. Proponents of the reform argue that this change would democratize the judiciary and address what they see as a system that has become disconnected from the needs of the people. They believe that by allowing the public to elect judges, the judiciary will be more accountable and responsive to the populace. However, the reform has been met with fierce opposition from various sectors, including the judiciary, political analysts, and international observers. Critics argue that this reform could undermine the independence of the judiciary by making it more susceptible to political influence and corruption. They fear that the executive branch, particularly under López Obrador's administration, could exert undue influence over the judiciary, thus weakening the system of checks and balances that is crucial for a healthy democracy. The U.S. and Canadian governments have expressed their concerns regarding this reform. U.S. Ambassador Ken Salazar publicly criticized the proposal, warning that it posed a major risk to the functioning of Mexico's democracy. He highlighted potential threats to the U.S.-Mexico trade relationship, given the importance of a stable and independent judiciary in maintaining investor confidence and upholding the rule of law. Similarly, Canada's ambassador to Mexico, Graham Clark, raised alarms about the potential impact on investment and the overall business climate in Mexico. In response to these criticisms, President López Obrador announced a pause in relations with the U.S. and Canadian embassies, emphasizing that the freeze was directed at the embassies, not the countries themselves. During a press conference, he reiterated Mexico's sovereignty and rejected what he perceives as external interference in the nation's internal affairs. López Obrador's stance underscores his administration's sensitivity to foreign criticism, especially when it comes to matters he considers crucial for Mexico's national identity and autonomy. The proposed judicial reform is not just a domestic issue, it has significant implications for Mexico's international relations, especially with its two largest trading partners. The U.S. and Canada are deeply intertwined with Mexico through trade agreements like the USMCA, and any instability or uncertainty in Mexico's legal framework could have ripple effects on the broader economic and political landscape. As the debate over the judicial reform continues, the situation remains fluid. The Mexican Congress is expected to take up the proposal when the newly elected members assume office in September. If passed, this reform could set a precedent for how judicial systems in democratic nations are shaped by the interplay between populism and the principles of judicial independence. For now, the freeze in relations with the U.S. and Canadian embassies serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between domestic policy and international diplomacy. How this situation unfolds will be closely watched by both domestic and international observers, as it could redefine the contours of Mexico's democracy and its relationship with its closest allies. Stay subscribed for more videos.